Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So today we'll be dealing with a very small topic but very important topic, that is the concept of functionality in the polymer chemistry. Polymer chemistry में functionality किस चीज का नाम है? The functionality basically in a polymer chemistry, it indicates the number of sites in a monomer. एक मोनोमर में कितने साइट्स है via which it can participate in the polymerization process. एक मोनोमर में हम जानते हैं if you have a polymer, it's built up of monomeric units. For example, this is a polymeric chain. This is a linear polymeric chain. In the linear polymeric chain, these are the monomeric units. So these are the monomers. So if I make it in the practically, I will show it. We have an ethylene molecule, which is a monomer, CH2. It can polymerize to form CH2, and then it can form many such units will get added up, and then we get a long chain of a polymer. Let us say we have n units. So ये देखिए देख रहे हैं यहाँ पे, this is one unit of a monomer, this is one unit of a monomer. Now in this polymeric chain, this one unit on this side, it is attached to next monomer, and from this side it is attached to next monomer. So functionality basically means the number of sites in a monomer via which it can actually participate in the polymerization process. So the number of sites, so in this case we have two sites here via which it can polymerize through this way and through this way also. So functionality basically is the number of sites in a polymer, in a monomer or in a monomeric unit by which it can participate in the polymer formation, or via which it can participate in the polymer formation. So functionality means, for example, if you have ethylene molecule, जैसे हमने अभी example यहाँ पे बनाया है, in this case it usually participates in the polymer formation via the free radical formation. So this bond gets broken down, it's a pi bond, so you get two radicals. Now this radical will it will make a bond with the next molecule, radical of next molecule, and this will also pair up with a radical of the next molecule. That means this monomer has a functionality 2, so it's said to be bifunctional. So this polymer is said to be bifunctional. Likely, I can take the example of a molecule, for example, ethylene glycol. So ethylene glycol is CH2, and from this you have OH, and this side you have OH. It is basically, इसको मैं थोड़ा सा clearly इसको ऐसे दिखाएंगे हम, it's basically bonded, क्योंकि sometimes you get confused that it's H attached to carbon. So now it can participate in the polymer formation through this side and through this side. Now for example, this OH, it can react with the acid of any monomer to form an ester linkage, or it can react with any one to release the water molecule and form an ether bond, and same is the case. So since it can participate in the polymer formation via two sides, it's also said to be a bifunctional monomer. So its functionality is 2. Usually ये functionality हम determine करते हैं F से. So we can say here in these cases the F is 2. So the functionality is 2. One more example I can take is glycine. Amino acid glycine, it is CH2, and then we have OH from this side and NH2 from this side. तो एक ग्रुप यहाँ पे है OH, it can react with any other monomer like acid or OH to form the bond. At this side, NH2 can react with acid to form the amide linkage. So this is also, it also has the two sides via which it can polymerize. So its functionality is 2. So it's a bifunctional monomer. So now this is a bifunctionality. Now we'll go to the higher ones. Let's go to the F is equal to 3. So for F is equal to 3, that is, that monomer is said to be trifunctional. trifunctional. Trifunctional will take the example, for example, we'll take example of glycerol molecule, CH2, show it like this, CH, OH, that's one. Then we have a CH here, and then this CH has OH here, and then we have one more CH2, and then here we have OH. So you could see here it has 3 OH groups, trihydroxy compound, so it can participate in the polymerization via these 3 sites. So its functionality is said to be 3, so it's a trifunctional monomer. Fine. Likewise, I can take the example of various acids. Now we'll go to the F is equal to 4. Now if F is equal to 4, that is, if F is equal to 4, that is your monomer is tetrafunctional. Tetrafunctional. So for tetrafunctional, we have clearly word says tetra means 4. F4. There are 4 sites via which it can polymerize. For example, very important compound जो हम पढ़ते हैं polymer chemistry में, and its topic will also come in the next lectures. It's a related topic. This type of a compound, it is called as divinyl benzene, CH2. 2 ethylene groups on the benzene ring, it's called as a divinyl benzene. Now in this case हम जानते हैं जैसे ethylene molecule में each CH2, ये ethylene moiety will behave like a ethylene molecule, like a polyethylene molecule. So this will form the 2 sides, 2 radicals, one here, one here. Same is the case during polymerization. So we have one radical here, one radical here. Now, so it can participate in polymerization through this side. It can also participate in polymerization through this side. It can also participate in polymerization through this side, and this can also participate in polymerization side. So that means we have 4 sites via which it can actually undergo the polymerization process, or via which the chain extension or chain elongation can happen. So it participates in the polymerization through 4 ways, through 4 sites. It's called as a tetrafunctional. So its F is equal to 4. So likewise, there can be other molecules. Now, so this is the basic concept of functionality. What it can be defined as the number of bonds that a monomer unit can form, or the number of ways it can actually undergo the polymerization process. So this is called as the functionality. Now functionality का important output ये होता है कि polymer, whether a polymer is linear or whether a polymer is branched, or whether a polymer is cross-linked. ये categorization हमने already पढ़ी है. If you are following first time, you can look back at the types of polymers, classification of polymerization. उसमें हमने ये discuss किया है. So if your functionality is 2, then you will get usually the polymer that's a linear polymer. Example, ethylene to polyethylene. And if you want a branched polymer or a cross-linked 3-dimensional polymer, then your functionality should be greater than 2. That is 3, 4, and so on. So which monomer you are using, what is the possible functionality in a monomer? Accordingly, there are chances that you may get a branched polymer or you may get a cross-linked polymer. Then you have to alter the conditions. For example, take the example of bakelite, where you can get the linear polymer also, where you can get the cross-linked polymer also. So you vary the conditions, but you can get branched polymer or a cross-linked polymer. But if your F is equal to 2, then you will get a linear polymer. So the function play in giving us the information about which type of polymer can form. So what is the possibility that we'll get a linear polymer or a branched cross-linked polymer? So this is the basic concept of functionality in the polymer chemistry. So this is all for the day.